Please, come on.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Corepunk. The Alpha 2 playtest has now concluded and we have a lot to talk about. Now I want to be clear right at the beginning of this video. I understand it's an alpha test. I understand that things are supposed to break and there's supposed to be problems, and the whole idea is for the players to break it so that Artificial Core, the studio behind Corepunk, can fix it. I played Playtest 1, I played Playtest 2, I've made tons of content for Artificial Core, I even rock my Corepunk hoodie. So just know that I support them and I want this game to succeed, okay? I understand what an alpha test is, all right? You don't gotta flood the comments. Now that being said, at least in recent memory, this was unequivocally, without question, the most frustrated I have been playing a game in a really, really long time. I mean, at one point, I just killed my stream because I was at that level of frustration. Watch this. The game has officially taken its final form.
Emotional damage.
It's taken its final form. A black screen. I love this new updated gameplay. This, not even close. I am talking the worst alpha test I've ever been a part of. And we were part of Alpha 1. This game, 5 years of development, I have been supporting Corepunk. Enough where they sent me a hoodie. This is the worst play experience in literally all aspects, from playing the game to the game functionally working to even being able to stream the game. Can anybody explain to me why 9 out of 10 times when I load the game does it load it to my third monitor and not my primary monitor? Why? What? Why? It is horrible. It's absolutely atrocious. It's so bad. I need to take a mental break. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm sorry. And when that happened, I had 150 people watching, and I apologize. That was very out of character. I normally don't get that frustrated, but Corepunk Alpha 2 pushed me to that. So let me break down the Alpha 2. Game launches, they send out our keys, they send out the launcher, and supposedly there were tons of disconnects, rollbacks, and the servers, one of the moderators in Discord said the servers were burning up. So they pulled down the Alpha 2 playtest, all right? Doesn't come up that day. Doesn't come up the next day because they're working on the servers. And then really day 3 of the playtest, the servers come back up. They send out all new keys. And in order to play the playtest, you need a new key. You need to get the new launcher and create a new Corepunk account. All right. Day 1 up. Then it gets taken down. Nothing day 2. Day 3, we're back up and running. You just got to jump through a few hoops. All right, sweet. Hopefully they got everything fixed. And now with this next version of the playtest, in a nutshell, you basically get disconnected every 5 to 10 minutes. At least that was my experience and a lot of people's in the Discord. I think you get hit with Air 403 or something like that. And it's not just a simple relog. You literally got to like exit everything, go back into everything, relog. It was a nightmare. So tons of technical difficulties. Then I got some weird thing where the game kept loading on my third monitor. And no, it was not a setting on my end. And then finally it black screened my stream and I just lost my mind. So 3 days of streaming Corepunk, throwing everything I had at it. We made it to level 4. We made it to level 4. Now, for this video, I did want to go through in-game of the playtest, all the technical aspects of Corepunk, just like I did in my first impressions video, but unfortunately I can't because, I quote, We have turned off the servers because the number of disconnects was causing too much discomfort, making the gaming experience less enjoyable than we would like. So we have decided to end the test. So they ended the test, what, 3 days early? I think it was 3 days early because they extended the test because it started so late. So unfortunately, all I have is the stream gameplay, which is just me freaking out and getting disconnected. So very, very rough Alpha 2. Now, Artificial Core put out this statement. This was on May 31st. Thoughts on Alpha 2 and in general. Technical issues. This basically says tons of technical issues, but this is exactly what we needed. We needed all these reports. We needed all these bugs so that we can fix them. Of course, this is actually what a technical Alpha 2 test is, right? You want as many issues as possible so you can get ready. Now, this is the game portion. This is the game portion. Now, if you have not played Corepunk, this is an isometric MMORPG that focuses on fog of war PvP and uses MOBA controls, which means your right click controls your movement, your attack, and your pickup or action. So if you are used to an action RPG, let's say a Diablo-like or a standard MMO, you're going to be at this game, you're going to feel like you're left-handed. All right, so just know that. And when they break down the game, there is some really interesting stuff said in here. The game starts off slowly. That's a fact. This is a design necessity. We're not saying that we are right. We are saying that this is how we envision the game. From a slow start comes the motivation to progress, and you start to advance further. It's important at this stage of the game to captivate you with its style, atmosphere, and basic gameplay, making you want to stay in the world for a while. This is not a long time, and considering the feedback and advice from our community, we have made significant improvement in the smoothness of the experience from levels 1 to 5. I played Alpha 1. In Alpha 2, I played for 5 straight hours. What did I achieve in 5 straight hours? And know that the missions that I was doing in Alpha 1 is the same as Alpha 2. So it'd be like 5 hours of something I have done. I went from level 1 to level 2. So I reached level 2 in 5 hours. The pacing of the game, the missions, the RNG-based drops that you need from harvesting is, I mean, when you talk about a long time, let me break it down for you. Go into the forest and find heartwood. All right, go into the forest and find heartwood. You need 3 of them. You are going to be running in circles around this large forest, not being able to kill a singular enemy. This is the second quest you get in the game. You will not be able to kill a singular enemy, and you can only get heartwood from a single tree. And when you find that tree, you don't know what it's actually going to give you. So if you are one of those people that play the game from, I receive a mission, I complete a mission, I receive a mission, I complete a mission, I am not kidding when I'm telling you that heartwood mission could take you 10 or 20 hours to finish. It could take you forever. It is wild. Let me give you a small example. Hey, heartwood. Look. 3 heartwoods. Process failed. The heartwood broke my heart. We finally found one. Now, that is just a small example of how, in my opinion, the biggest problem with Corepunk right now is Artificial Core, again, the studio behind the game, does not respect players' time. You could design the game to be slow. Literally, the characters move slow, gear progression is slow, questing is slow. That's totally fine. Like, you got to go through the entire map and you're going to slowly feel stronger and stronger, and that's going to feel good and it's going to hook you into the game. I am totally fine with that. But not respecting players' time, that is a problem that I have. And that heartwood example is very, very small. If anything, heartwood, at least you know what to do. Find that tree in the forest. Probably going to have to find, without exaggeration, 100 of them until it spits out 3 heartwoods. At least you know the mission. An example in Corepunk is there is a quest where Patty needs whiskey. One of the NPCs, hey, I'm out of whiskey. I need you to go find me a bottle of whiskey. And that's the interaction. And if you click on journal, bring Patty whiskey. He is located here. That's it. It doesn't tell you go north, south, east, west. It doesn't tell you find it in this field. Nothing. So if you're one of those completionists, how in the hell am I going to find Patty's whiskey? And I hate it when games require like, well, Corepunk, Google on my side monitor, Discord. Hey, I need help. You should never have to go to a third-party program to find a mission. Now, I was looking for something in the forest and I came across an abandoned house. And in that abandoned house, I clicked on a shelf. And on that shelf, a whiskey popped out. Now, you should know that I've clicked on that shelf like 10 times during the playtest and whiskey didn't pop out. Which means I got lucky that time I clicked on the shelf, I found Patty's whiskey in there. And it was just dumb luck. And again, maybe that's how it's designed. You take a quest, and if you're lucky, you'll come across, I don't know. I hate the way the questing is designed. The game feels incredibly brutal. One other quick example. You got to fix leaky pipes. You could find leaky pipes in barrels or crates around the town. Now, for the first playtest, I spent 10 hours figurating the town, trying to find pipes. And I found one. In this playtest, I was like, this must have been fixed because it had to have been bugged. We went around the town, I don't know, 10, 20 times, and I found one. If you are a completionist and you wanted to complete leaky pipes, if you took playtest 1 and 2, I need 3 pipes. I've only found 2 ever. Just to be clear, these are the first quests in the game. And Artificial Core is stating here that that is how it's designed because they want to get you hooked with the environment. And the game looks good. I mean, it looks good. Nothing in here about combat either. Okay, I feel like I've made my point. And to just further, I guess I haven't made my point, to further illustrate this, listen to this. The game requires you to put in a small amount of effort. And if you do, once you start succeeding in playing the game, you will begin to feel good. Corepunk is one of these games where you need to really play to start understanding what it's about. The more you know about the game, the more interesting and deeper it will become. And this will pay off because the further you go, the more enjoyment you will get. Okay, this is a wild statement I'm about to read. In Corepunk, to get enjoyment, you need to put in a bit of effort. If you want to have fun in Corepunk, it requires your effort. Okay, you guys got it. AI voiceover, I don't really care about this. They're just saying it's super expensive, and right now they don't have the funds, so they're using AI voiceover. Love it or hate it, it's whatever it is. Game monetization, I appreciate this. There's going to be no pay to win whatsoever. Corepunk will have a box price, and they will further monetize the game through in-game cosmetics. You actually have a little character cosmetic where you can dress up how you look, and it's just for visuals. This is absolutely great. Last thing I want to talk about on this post is early access. And in true Corepunk fashion, I don't know if they're saying this is a joke or what. Doesn't come across as a joke for me, but we want to enter early access as soon as possible for 2 reasons. First, we have been working on the game for 10 years, and we need to pay our bills. Now, I don't know if I would have led with that. I understand the 10 years of development is extremely costly. I totally get it. I'd probably lean with it's ready, or it's fun, or we think people are going to enjoy it. Maybe something like that. Second, no less important, the last test, and especially this one, showed us how great it is to have consistently online servers with real player and receive real-time technical and gameplay feedback. Well, of course, getting all that data, you could make the game better. So it looks like early access is coming, and they're saying things have ballooned with over 100,000 registrations in the last 6 months alone. So Corepunk is coming to early access, and Alpha 2 was really rough. Really rough. Now, I've said in this unfortunate negative video that I support Corepunk and I will continue to support Corepunk. I will stream and make content for the game. I still believe in artificial core, and I have high hopes for the future. They just need to listen to the feedback, lean into it. Allow us to remap our keys. Give us even the most mild or small indicators on how to complete maps. Make combat at least early stage, give you the ability to kill enemies, and boost movement speed a little bit. I know that sounds like a lot. I don't think it is. 5 hours to get one level when you are starting a game will not hook people. I'm done. That's Corepunk. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I've earned it. And if I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Check out the Patreon. It is the best way to support this channel. We have game night and movie night coming up for June. And get into the Discord. We're going to be doing a June giveaway for some action RPG merch. Discord is second link in the description. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.